This is Sean with Gate City Foundation Drainage. We are on a job today in Winston-Salem. So let's take a look. We are here at this apartment complex and we've got several phases to this. So the first one we're working on today is this patio. This patio is just falling off right here. And this walkway is also falling off. So look at how far that's come across there. Look at that gap. And so the cause of this are these gutter downspouts right here. And they had a couple pieces of corrugated on them, but they're just dumping right here. So this complex has said that they've spent a ton of money on drainage solutions here that haven't worked, and they're ready to get this done for good. So we're going to, for this part, we're going to replace all this concrete. We're going to pipe the gutters under the concrete, through the hedge, and right down to that natural area. So this is a back door to this building. We've got to tape this off. We're going to replace about to here, and you can just see how much this is just falling off here. So that's what we're working on today. The concrete guys are here, and I got Ronald here, so we're gonna get this part done. What we have here is we have the balcony is setting up on these posts, and the posts are on the concrete that we're trying to take out. So when we have this situation, what we end up doing is we will cut out a little square under the post and leave that while we bust out the rest of the concrete. And then when we go back in and re-pour, the whole thing gets encased in concrete, and there was very little disturbance that went on. So that's been working out really well for us. And that's what the guys are working on right now. It just started pouring on us. All right, push. That's it. That's just temporary. We need a coupler. Alright, we just got a coupler on there real quickly. So now that's just temporary in there. But that gives us a good idea of how much water was flowing out through there. So we're going to run this probably under our concrete through the bushes here, and then straight down into that natural area. So you can see just how much water is coming out of there. Temporary. We just got this corner busted up, and look at how thick that concrete was. So that was pretty darn thick right there, and it just kept sinking in. So we're gonna get this properly compacted and get a good base in here. We got a couple. These, we left these in place, the original ones. We got 2 temporaries in, so hopefully that'll hold it in place, the deck there. It's not a very heavy deck. We've got all the old concrete pouring out of here now. So I'm about to work on getting a trench for these 2 pipes over here. Across here, and I think we're going to shoot it across here so we don't have to try to trench through the hedges because they're pretty thick there. So Ronald talked me into that. That's going to be easy, a lot easier. So I'm just trying to trench this right here real quick. We are just finishing up with our first drainage pipe. So we need to bring some riprap for the outfall. I'll show that to you after we get that finished. But here's our pipe. We're falling like crazy down from here, so that's good. Concrete guys will be back here probably tomorrow if it doesn't rain. It wasn't supposed to rain today, and then we got a pretty good downpour. So taking those 2 gutters out of the equation is going to be the ticket for stabilizing this concrete. So we'll get this all formed up, packed in with some good clean gravel when the concrete guys get back here. We just found a little garter snake. That's a real small individual. Good looking snake though. There he goes. We are back out here today. The concrete is here, and I was working on another part of the job, so trying to get caught up over here with the concrete guys. Alright, I'm back over here at this outfall, and I brought some riprap in. So I'm going to get this going here, and I'll check back in with you in a second. Alright, so there's the outfall. I like to line them with riprap, and I like to armor the bottom with a couple of pavers so that that pipe can just freely flow, and any debris that comes through there will just get washed right out of here. So the other thing about putting riprap around these things is they never get forgotten about or buried or mowed over or covered. So that should be really good right there, working for a long time. While I'm over here, I wanted to check on this concrete. So it's setting up pretty quick. But as you can see, it's now falling the way it's supposed to. And now that we caught these gutters and got them piped under here, the cause of this concrete settling should be done. So it looks pretty good. Some pretty work, that's for sure. We're back over here trying to save the concrete guys a trip by pulling up their form boards. So I wanted to show you how everything turned out. Oh, there you go. So we want to get this just finish graded a little bit. Just enough, you know, not too much. This is kind of a mess here. Try to get that open back up a little bit. I'm back out here on this job where we did this concrete, and it's been a couple months, but everything's been working really well for them. And then that goes underneath the patio. And they haven't had any more issues over here. The concrete was settling. We didn't have any flooding going on, but the concrete was settling. And so we replaced this walkway and that patio there. And again, that's why this property owner hired me, is because he'd been spending tons and tons of money on drainage issues and not having any results. So let's see if we can find our outfall over here. Yikes. The leaf people have been burying everything in leaves. So that's still looking pretty good though. Right there, and keep in mind that's all water that was going underneath that concrete and eroding away the foundation of the concrete, causing it to settle. So not only did we replace the concrete, but we solved the problem that caused the concrete to settle. So that one's been pretty good too. They've been real happy with that one. So got a couple more quotes out here at the apartments, and so those videos should be coming out pretty soon. This job is part of a series of different jobs at the same apartment complex, so be looking for a lot more of those videos. When the property manager, the property owners called me, they had spent a bunch of money on various drainage solutions with other contractors, and the problem just kept coming back. And so when I went out there for the first time, they carried me all over the place to different units and different buildings, and I wrote up a big proposal and with quotes and everything, and they were so impressed that I was really focusing on the cause of the problem they were having and how my solution would solve the cause, that they were very impressed, and they've given me a bunch of work. So we've done a bunch of stuff over there, so be looking for those videos coming up soon. But whenever you're trying to address a problem, always look for the cause of the problem. If you can solve the cause, then you can solve the problem permanently. Thanks for watching.